Well, I watched the Miraculous Season 5 finale. Let's talk about it.
Let's do this. Flip a bag, now I'm serving a Tesla. Going back, shawty with me, I stepped up. GTA for the ops, ain't no less stuff. Shawty born to be my angel, yeah, I'm blessed up.
Well, what a wonderful day. I am Broken TV, and you know, I fucking hate the Miraculous dub team. What do you mean, you might be asking? Well, a couple weeks ago, I started editing a video. This video was going to be called, I Watched the Miraculous Sub So You Don't Have To. A pretty good title, right? Well, that video had to be thrown into the trash along with my hopes and dreams as the Miraculous dub team finally decided to get off their asses and do their job. So now, 1/3, soon to be 1/2 of that 1 hour long video is useless. Well, that's 3 weeks of my life that I'll never get back. But I do feel somewhat inclined to add this clip as I did work hard on it, and also no reason to let the entire video go to waste. Definitely a good episode, not really much I didn't like, and I know the Philogami fans really enjoyed this episode. Overall, I think I'd give this episode about a 8. Yeah, an 8. Okay, maybe a 9, maybe a 9. Okay, 10. It gets a 10. Whew, okay. Well, no point in dwelling on the past. Anyways, this season finale. I feel like there are only 3 words that can possibly describe the season 5 finale of Miraculous. What the fuck? Alright, let's not get this video demonetized. The season 5 finale was definitely something. From what I can tell by looking online, most people agree that this finale kinda sucked and there were so many missed opportunities. Not only were there missed opportunities, but so many questions still unanswered. And I know they're probably going to try to answer those questions in Season 6. And you better believe we are going to talk about that later. But still, some of these questions needed to be answered for the season finale to make sense. But hey, I have a lot to talk about, and the only way we're going to get through it all is if I start. So, sit back, relax, and allow me to give you my thoughts on the Miraculous Season 5 finale. I decided it's probably best to talk about the negatives first, so we can end this video on a positive note. Cause oh boy, I have a lot to talk about here. Let's first start off with something that wasn't the finale's fault, but more of the fault of Season 5. The sub and dub release dates. This has been something I brought up to my friends, but never brought up in a video. Why don't the Miraculous sub and dub team release these episodes at the same time, or at least around the same time? I find it kinda outrageous that the sub team was so far ahead of the dub team this season. To put this into perspective, sub released the season finale while dub at the time was still stuck on emotion. That is a whole 7 episodes behind. Now, granted, they are getting to work now on releasing these dubbed episodes, but still, how do you allow your team to get so far behind the other? Maybe this is a hot take, but I for one believe that these episodes should be released at the same time. Will episodes come out slower? Possibly. But I think that's better than sub being finished with the season while dub is still very behind. Okay, my next problem. This one actually pertaining to the season 5 finale. Adrian. Well, more the lack of Adrian. I don't like that Adrian / Cat Noir did not play a bigger role in the season finale. I mean, for crying out loud, this show is called Miraculous, Tales of Ladybug and Cat Noir. Yet, Cat Noir is nowhere to be seen in the final fight against Monarch. Not only that, but Adrian being a part of that final fight would have made for so much better storytelling. Imagine if the final fight went something like this. Ladybug and Cat Noir started to gain the upper hand in the fight, starting to push Monarch back. What's wrong, Monarch? Cat got your tongue? Cat Noir mocked as him and Ladybug continued to advance towards Monarch. Now, why don't you... Cat Noir's sentence was cut short, getting a huge headache suddenly. He grunted as images of the world around him changed. His black catsuit now as white as the snow, the once blue sky now oranged and covered in smoke. Even the people around him were now just lifeless husks. No, not right now. M'lady. Both Ladybug and Monarch looked down at Cat Noir. A smirk grew on Monarch's face as he started to laugh, while Ladybug was stunned and confused by the sight of her distressed comrade. Ladybug rushed to Cat Noir's side to try to comfort him, but all Cat Noir sees is his lady in his arms, a lifeless husk just like everyone else. I caused this. Being too unstable to maintain his superhero form, Cat Noir de-transforms. A gasp comes from Ladybug, but Monarch suddenly gets quiet. His laughs turn into stuttering as he tries to understand what is going on. His son? Cat Noir? There's no way, he thought. But things only got worse as Adrian's emotions became more unstable. No! No. I can't. Monarch and Ladybug tried to call out to Adrian, wanting him to calm down, but there was nothing they could do. Neither of them could reverse the effects of Night Tormentor. Adrian continued to scream in pain, the nightmares getting worse, while Monarch ran up to his son to comfort him. Lila, who had snuck in and watched, horrified, while Adrian's screams echoed throughout the chasm. Then there was a loud crack, and all was silent. Monarch looked terrified, quickly de-transforming and hoping his worst nightmare didn't just come true. But it did. Due to his son's unstable emotional state, the rings on Gabriel's fingers had broken. Gabriel watched as his son started to disappear, trying to hug him, hold him as much as he could, but there was nothing that could be done. And with a loud clang, the now crying marionette sees Adrian's ring, the Miraculous of the Black Cat, hit the floor. Oh boy, I have never done that before. Hopefully it turned out as good as I hoped in my head. But yeah, back to my point. Just having Adrian or Cat Noir there could have made the story so much better. The fact that I'm pretty sure I just wrote a whole fanfic about what could have happened if Adrian was in the season finale just shows that the show writers seem to be scared to let the show be about Adrian for once. People said in the past that Adrian should be our main character, and all Thomas did was call them misogynistic for even daring to bring the idea up. Listen, Marinette is a good Marinette is a alright character. But the problem is the show just proves that Adrian should have always been the main character. Another problem I have with the season finale was the fact that Gabriel was deemed to be the hero. So, let me get this straight, Thomas. Chloe, the young teenage brat who was practically behaving the way she was raised up to, doesn't deserve redemption. But this grown man, who really had no reason to cause all the pain that he did, even his own wife told him to let her go, he gets redemption? If this video gets demonetized, it's gonna be for this section of the video. Cause what the actual fuck, Thomas? Like, please, do make it make sense to me. Out of all the people in this show, you are saying the rich teenage bully is unredeemable. Yet, Gabriel isn't? My guy, you couldn't even bullshit your way out of that. What you should have said was, hey, it was planned for Chloe to go through a redemption arc and join the Miraculous team. However, we had a couple ideas for her that required her to continue being a bad person. We understand that many of you wanted Chloe to turn good, but we ask that you please wait to see if you like the changes we made. Boom! Just like that, with one tweet, you are perceived as a clown. Now, I don't think I can fix your other tweets, but I can definitely fix that one. The last problem I had with the finale was that all the other superheroes from the specials were in it. Don't get me wrong, it was cool, but if you didn't watch the specials, then you would have no clue as to who these characters are. Not only that, but why did they all go to Paris? Shouldn't they have stayed in their respective cities and fought there? I don't know. Like, cool idea though, but just didn't make sense to me. Alright, with all that negativity out of the way, we can finally move on to the more positive side of things. When it comes to positive, only 3 names come to mind: Adrian, Natalie, and Philogami. Yes, I'm using their ship names, screw off. These characters just brought out the emotion I expected these episodes to have. Adrian was sad, but also very angry. Not just at his father for making him move, but also himself for not having the courage to stand up for himself. Felix and Kagami's relationship was surprisingly cute, despite how it started. Not only did this guy Thanos her mother, cause a car crash, kidnap her, but he also risked her. And that shit worked. Had Kagami blushing and everything. And yet people say Felix isn't the most overpowered character in this show. And Natalie. Ah, my baby. You didn't deserve to die. You should have handed me the bow. I would have shot him in a heartbeat. Okay, maybe I cried a little when Natalie died. And if you didn't, you're heartless. And yes, I know Felix and Kagami were technically separated during both parts of the finale, but it was due to their relationships that the events played out like they did. Another thing I liked was that the heroes from the specials were shown. But wait, didn't you put that in the negative? I thought you didn't like that. Well, yes, I don't like it story-wise, but when it comes to world building, it does make sense. Like I said, my main gripe was that the heroes went to Paris. When we saw them defending their own cities, I was loving it. It truly made Monarch's attack feel worldwide, giving a lot of risk to these characters' actions if they were to fail. As for the last thing I liked, loved about the season finale: the fighting. I don't think I need to say anything. I'm gonna let the show speak for itself.
Quand je pense au nombre de fois où j'ai failli t'acoumatiser.
Failli, oui, c'est le mot.
Parce que tu as une chance insolente.
La chance, on la provoque. La guitare. Et la victoire, on va la chercher.
This video is probably already demonetized. Let's not add a copyright to it. But yeah, that was the things I liked and didn't like about the season finale. But what are my thoughts? Well, if the show ended here, then I would say I was happy with what we got. Like I said in the beginning, there are still some questions left unanswered. One of those questions being why Adrian doesn't know he's a Senti monster. Marinette, Felix, or even Kagami should have told him that, especially since he doesn't know the importance of those rings. Not only that, but Adrian and Marinette don't know that they're Ladybug and Cat Noir. Way to push the reveal yet again, Thomas. Plus, Cat Noir still has no idea about Cat Blanc. While they defeated Monarch, it feels like we kinda got nowhere. Like this was just one big arc and now we're moving on to the second one. And it seems like that's what's happening, as Lila now has the butterfly Miraculous. So, I wouldn't be too surprised if we hear word about a season 6 sometimes in the future. Which leads me to ask, where is Miraculous headed? Honestly, I wish I knew. But I do know one thing. I'm gonna be there every step of the way. It would be an understatement to say Miraculous is the reason my channel is as big as it is. I love and hate this show so much, and it seems like most people who cover Miraculous would agree to that. But hey, whether Miraculous ends here or not, I truly loved making content about this show. And hopefully soon, I can find more awesome shows to talk about. But with that, that's all from me. This has been Broken TV, giving you my likes, dislikes, and opinions. Farewell.
Flip a bag. ride, now I'm serving a Tesla. Got my bag, shawty with me